welcome back to Satisfactory. We got episode 50 today, kind of a big milestone. And we're hanging out. I think of all the places I've built, I think this is my favorite. The importing, exporting airfield. I don't know. I really like the way it turned out. I think it looks cool, and it's kind of fun watching the drones come in. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hang out at the airport here, have a sip of coffee, and talk about completing phase 5. So I've got the 1,000 sphere things. I forgot what they're called from part 2, and we've already gone over that. And now we are doing part 3. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do a breakdown of that. We'll get those 2 things handed in, which means we only got one more thing. We're going to look to see what we need for that. And to do that, we are going to turn in the spatial energy regulation milestone, which is going to unlock a whole bunch of crap for us. It's probably going to be super confusing, but we're going to do our best to see maybe what the next steps are. And then obviously the next episode would probably be doing that last part of phase 5. I got a feeling that's going to be a lot to get those in, but we'll kind of see what we need. And then, like I said, next episode we'll probably do a breakdown of that fourth part. And after all of that, I'm thinking we'll have a little bit of time. So I want to kind of start looking at the top part of our main area, because that's still a mess. I don't think we're going to finish it, but I want to start moving some things around and getting an idea of what we're going to do for that. And I have a little bit of an idea in mind. I don't know how well it's going to work, but we'll see. Look at this guy. Look at it. It's so busy here. They gotta wait to get in. But yeah, so let's get started. So let's talk about part 3 of phase 5. And if you're looking in the top right there, that's the 256 AI servers. So if we're looking at our whiteboard here, we've got the AI servers. The big thing here is I know I could have broke down one more level, but I feel like if you're at this point, you know what you need to put into versatile frames and electro rods. So I kind of looked at the main bit of this, and the big thing here is you look at that and you're like, well, not a lot of high numbers, and it shouldn't take too long, which is very true. This one wasn't as bad. It's just if you do it like me and you don't have everything set up, because I kind of like doing this part manually. And I know Enigma brought up a really good point. Like they have all the parts, even for the objectives, they're getting made, and then what they do is they put in the extra parts into the sync, which is a really good idea. And eventually, I'm probably going to do that because you get a ton of tickets. So, but I've just been kind of enjoying doing it manually. You play the way you want. So, with that being said, the quantum encoder, if you look at it, 3 things, and it's probably the 3 biggest things, take units that are made in the quantum encoder. So if we look at the next level, that's the neural deals, the superposition oscillators, and the magnetic field generators. So I know we're done at our airport. Let's take a look, and I'll just show what those are. So we're gonna come over here. We're gonna come over here to our little, again, just temporary setup that I kind of put on the butcher shop so I could kind of get these in. But if we come on over here, right, it's not a crazy setup. It's just a few things but they all, a lot of power. So here's what we were making for the expansion servers, right? This is what we were just talking about. And if we look into those, so I was talking about that neural quantum processor, that's what we need for that, which again, nothing too hard, and you're probably already making all of these. So that's why I kind of kept this whiteboard pretty simple, and I'm just going to show off a couple of bits of this. But again, all this stuff you're probably already bringing in, so you're making 128 of these. And then same thing right here. So you're making 128 of these. Aluminum sheets you're bringing in probably already. Crystal oscillators, dark matter crystals we're kind of making doing this. So again, 128 of these, but we're making both of those at the the quantum encoder. And then once you have all that, then you're making the AI servers at the quantum encoder too. So that's kind of the tricky part. And then if we go and look at the magnetic field generator, we're making 128 of those. And then that's going to take 160 of the versatile frames, which again, if you if you're at this point, you're probably already throwing in some of these, but the versatile framework, right, it's pretty easy. The one modular frame, 12 steel beams, so you're gonna make 160 of those. And then the electro rods, I'm sure you're already making those. You're gonna need 64 of them. So we've got all that stuff. It is a lot, but I feel like we're moving along pretty good. Kind of a quick, easier whiteboard there. Again, I didn't break down like that last step because I feel like everyone at this point is kind of already making that stuff. So, just wanted to show it off. So now let's get hooked up here. I'm kind of curious, just to make sure that we hold on here. Let me remember how to play the game. It's been a couple days since I've gotten kind of this going. All right, so we are gonna launch stuff in there. And I've got, let's see, we're going to take all of that. We're going to put all of that in here. And that should be 1,000. So again, that biochemical sculptor. 1,000 of those bad boys. And it looks like I figured we would get a snag up here because I probably had, yep, I had a little extra of something. Which is... What did I have extra of? I might have accidentally... Let me see here. No worries. We can just bring that back out. I don't know what those were. I'll take a look-see in a second. Alright, so that was... What did we have extra in there? Oh, we had a few of these bad boys, those assembly director systems. I probably accidentally had that in there because I was storing it in there to probably use later. It's my fault. All right. Well, we've got 1,000 of those bad boys rolling in, and let me get the last bit in there. Okay, so those are going. Now let me find that AI server. I believe I have that stored away in a box over here. Oh man, we are finally progressing through. This took me a while to get all set up. Just do it that way. I'm gonna wait just a second to put these in. Well, maybe by the time we get there, it'll be almost done. I know I could probably upgrade this to tier 6 and go a little faster. But it's okay. Alright, let's see. So we've got the last bit in there. I want to say I counted them. I don't think I remember there being extra. Looks like... Alright, so it looks like we put the exact amount in. Now, let's hop on over. Let's get that the AI deal in there. And we'll put you in there. There we go. Let's make sure that number starts ticking up. Otherwise, I might have had a couple extra. Nope, I didn't. All right, good work. Okay, so we've got that going. I do have a couple extra of those. I've been kind of just storing those in here when I have extra parts. So I can use them later if need be. All right, so 256, bingo. All right, so phase 5, 3 parts complete. Now let's get on with it. So I need 100 of those bad boys, which I have all stored up. And here we go.
Milestone reached. Instant travel between chosen locations will be possible as soon as the main and satellite portals are built and paired. Do not ask me how it works. Not because I don't understand dimensional dispersal theory and the cross-warp applications of liminal peer-regulated parallel fibrillator nanocells, for example. But because you do not need to know. You go in one end, you come out the other. It's a door. Thankfully, the construction of project part number 12, the ballistic warp drive, can be automated and requires no manual input from you, so I'd say we're relatively safe. If you disagree about my assessment of your capabilities, you are free to attempt a study and replication of either portal or warp technology. After you're done with project assembly.
All right. Very nice, very nice. You know, while she was talking, I was thinking about my whiteboard, and I might throw in those extra bits. Just because, I guess if you are following along, you might want to know what the math is, so you don't have to do the math yourself. So I'll probably throw that in there. All right, well, we've got that done. Now, let's see. So let's take a, where do we want to start? I mean, we could get those going in there. I'll probably do that later. I'm not huge on the blueprints. I still don't think I've used it once. So we could look at our ballistic warp drive. The other thing I kind of want to look at is the singularity cells. So let's start there. I'm kind of curious to what that makes, because we need that in our if we make the Fixonium fuel rods. So we've got singularity cell. Oh, no way, this takes nuclear pasta? Wow, that's a part thing. Concrete and iron plate, so that's not too bad. Dark matter crystals are okay. Interesting. So if I... You know what? Well, I would have to ship it over to the nuke area, but I could ship over the... whatever the things are that are required for the nuclear pasta. I can't remember what they're called. But the other little cube thing that kind of looks like it. Because I know we're making those. Okay, so... We'd have to ship dark matter crystals over there. Iron plates, concrete. I wonder... Man, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot once you get to this stage, just moving stuff around. So we'll kind of see. The other thing I'm thinking is I might save some of this stuff for when 1.2 comes out, and that'll give us like something to do. Let me turn that flashlight off. That'll give us like something to do once it does come out too. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right. What's this last part called? Ballistic warp drive. All right. Let's see what we're gonna need for that. So we need. Ballistic warp drive. Yeah, I figured it was going to take some of those. Thermal propulsion rockets we can make here. Oscillators, dark matter crystals. Okay. So we are going to have something set up for those singularity cells. We are going to need those for this. Very interesting. Very interesting. Let me look at that one more time. Okay. I mean, manually, I could probably make a bunch of those here. It wouldn't be that bad. What are they made in? Well, it's produced in the manufacturer. Interesting. Okay, so at least it's not like something crazy. I figured it'd be the quantum encoder, but all right. That's kind of nice. Yeah, I guess with all those parts, it would have to be the manufacturer. Okay. All right. Well, I think we can do that. I don't think that'll be too bad to map out what we're gonna need for that. Yeah, that'll just take a just take a little bit. All right. Well, I guess we know what we need to do. Man, do I want to spend a bunch of time mapping stuff out and doing a cut, or do we want to just move on to up there? That is the question. You know what? I might do. Man, what do we want to do? That's. Oh, that is the question right there. All right, so let's go take a look see at this real quick. So if we're up at our manufacturer, we are going to be making ballistic warp drives. All right, so that is 2. So we need 100 thermal propulsion rockets. Let's see. We need 500 of those singularity cells. All right, a couple hundred oscillators. So, all right, I think I'll be able to make this. I'll be able to make this myself. And then singularity cell wise, you know, I think I'm gonna be able to do this all on my own. The thing with this is I kind of want these singularity cells. Eventually, I'm gonna have to automate them if we want the Fixonium stuff. And the reason I say that is, if we look at our Fixonium things, right? See this like to make fixonium, which is what we need for our fuel rods. This is kind of the big one here. So we're already making the plutonium waste, but we do need one singularity cell for one fixonium. And then 2 of those will go into a fixonium fuel rod. So the big thing is where we got to think about where we're going to make the singularity cell, how we're going to get the stuff there. Like, am I going to? Yeah, I might have to think about that between episodes, because it's like, do we send stuff here, make it here, send it back over there? I feel like we could almost make it at the nuke site. The problem with that is then I'm sending a bunch more crap over to the nuke site. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to think about that one, like off camera. Yeah, that's gonna be some thinking. All right, let's get on with it, shall we? You know what? Let's look at. I'm still like internally debating. What do I want to do next? I do kind of want to get this going, but I also kind of want to start phase 5. Or not start phase 5, but start part 4 of phase 5. All right, I'm just trying to think if I'm gonna have enough time today to map that out. All right, I tell you what, I'm gonna do a cut here quick. I'm gonna think about this for a second, and then we'll see where we go from here. Okie dokie. All right, well, I went back and I kind of fixed that whiteboard we already talked about. So when it goes up, in the beginning part of the video, it should be good. I looked at the ballistic warp drive. To whiteboard that, it's going to take me a long time. And I'm filming this the day of that it's going to go out, and I'm just not going to have time for it. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to work on this area up here, which I've been meaning to do for a long time. I have an idea for how I want to do it. Initially, I was kind of thinking of doing like a big ceiling thing, but I think I'm going to put in a lot of stuff still on the ground. I'm going to have a space where the like right in here, where everything's going to go up to the ceiling and then come back down, and then I'm going to be able to pick stuff up from right here. That's kind of my goal with it. And then I don't think I'm going to I'm not going to make it look like this right now. I think I'm going to try kind of a more open concept up here. I have an idea for it. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see how it looks. But let's get our bottom wall on here, and we'll see how this runs. The big reason is at least for like right now, I still kind of like flying up here versus using like the elevator, the other stuff. It's just faster. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish off this wall, and then we're gonna look at. I want it to be the height of the glass. That's what I'll say, just in case, because I'm probably going to end up wanting to do that later. So let's like, I'll kind of show what I mean here. Let's start at this back area. So actually, what I can do, right? I'm just gonna kind of give myself a set piece for how this looks, right? Like we're kind of doing the same stuff I usually do, and then I'll have 2 wall pieces there. So that's where it's going to get a little tricky. So now if I go... So here's the thing, is I want this to be, yeah, vertical, like that. Come on. You going to be vertical for me? No, you're just going to go horizontal? No. How did I get it up there before? Oh, it doesn't. Okay. So we gotta kind of like swing it in there. So it kind of looked like that. Okay. Man, there's just, of course, a little bit of a... How high does that go? Oh, but because I'm thinking then we'll have... Oh, God, I got to try to remember how to do this. No... Right, so we'll have that. Now, I guess I could put it, like, there. Have that part kind of stick out. It's not too bad, I don't think. Let me see here. I gotta try to remember how to... There it is. Okay, glass roof. Yes. Now I think I want... Oh no, I had to copy that first. Dang it. Can I just put up a roof to start? No, it's gotta be an actual roof to start here. Let's go back over that. And you know what else we should do? So let's put this on. All right, so here we go. Let's get this part on there. All right, so yep, you're gonna go there, and see if I can get it. Where's that bit? Right there. Okay, and then if we use our customizer. Yep, there we go. All right. That's not too bad. Okay, so we'll put that. Oh wait, nope, that is bad. God dang it. Hold on. Let me see. Can I get you? Come on. There we go. Right there. That's where I actually want it. See, I know I could put like crap in there too, but I have a plan. I have a plan. We'll see if it actually works or not. Okay, so now I can just copy this. Right, and we can go all the way over here. There we go. And then, so how wide is this? It shouldn't be too bad. We are digging into our concrete already, but I can always go get more of that. Right, so I'm thinking we'll have our overhang here. Oh, that's gonna stick through, isn't it? So yeah, I guess that's what it would look like. Now, the thing is that high enough? I mean, it is one tall, and I think big thing is are those gonna fit in there? Yes, they are. Okay. All right. I just don't want to put up the whole thing, and then it's like, ah, man, you know. All right, so we can get rid of this. And then, yeah, I'm gonna have like these go all the way across. No. Let's get this first one done. And then I think people will kind of get the idea of what I'm going for here. Right, so it'll kind of look like that, and then we'll have these on the corners. Right, and then I can still put my electrical through there, but now I can like fly through this. And if I want, I can put glass up later. That's kind of my plan. We'll have that sticking through the glass. I don't think that's a big deal. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Well, I'm gonna put in just the parts to get us to where I think I'm gonna need for the ceiling part. And I'll kind of, you know, it'll all come together. You'll see what I mean in a second here. But let's get that going through there. Again, that's gonna, we'll just kind of say we cut it out perfectly to kind of have that piece in. I'm sure I'm probably, when I move that, I'm probably going to take that out. All right, now here's what I want to do. So I want to get all of our things in the back. And then we'll start kind of cleaning this up. But I want to start by getting all of these back there. Right, so I know this is going to be a giant pain in the butt. Do I have signs on? And I don't have signs on a lot of these either. Okay, so it won't be that'll make it a little less of a pain in the butt, I guess. But so we got pipes and beams first, and those are kind of next to each other. Here's the tricky thing, Because we also... Yep, we're definitely going to want quick wire. I'm not too worried about that, but... And then the ingots we'll make back here. This I'm going to want back there as well. And those. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need at least space for 6 of those. Let's see how that's going to look. Shouldn't be too bad. Let's see. If I do... Bum, 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 bum. Again, we're kind of just shooting from the hip here. So if I put these in the middle... Do I want to leave space for... In case I do something back here? I kind of think so. And let me see. So that'll shoot us right out, and we'll be kind of right in front of it. That might not be too bad. Let's see. So that'd be 1, 2, 3. I guess I am going to have to kind of put them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That might be okay. Oh, I got crap coming up from over here, though, too. Is it... Man, how do I want to do this? Maybe we should set up our... I think if I set up, yeah, that part of it, that might be good, too. So now, these will be back here. Oh, you know what? Are the depots gonna... Oh, that's right, those are singles. Do we need doubles? Because then we will have to put this up. Dang, I didn't think about that either. Oh, man. Okay. Let's see, is it going to let me put it through the glass? I guess we could go off of... Son of... I guess we could go off of how tall these are going to be. No. I need you there. Yeah. So I'll come out there and put it there. So... Yeah, because I don't want those sticking out. Alright. Let's get rid of this. And now let's figure out if we use... And again, I'm just kind of doing this to future-proof it for later building. So if I do 2 of those, and 1 of those, and then again, I'm going to want 2 of those. And then if I go 1 more beam. Okay, now if I take this glass... See, and then I put it there. Alright, I think this might do the trick. Yep. I like that better. I think that'll be good. Alright, that means mass dismantling. Wait, I gotta remember how to do it. No? Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. Mass dismantling makes me a little nervous. Because I don't want to accidentally, like, dismantle something I really, really don't want to. Alright, let's start there. Yeah, pretty nice, pretty nice. Okay, so... I need to get rid of all these. I guess let's do it this way. I just deleted something I didn't want to... Well, maybe not. Alright, and then that piece. Okay, so we are back on track here, almost. Let's get rid of these. So we're going to want to move those up a little bit. And then we'll take you out. Alright, so that's right? That's solid, so we like where the glass is. The pillar can go up that high, that's fine. And then I'm gonna want these underneath here. Yes. So these will kind of be our... Right, this is our place where all the electrical's gonna go. God dang it. Whatever, good enough. Okay, and then put this all the way across. All right, we're getting there. We're getting somewhere. And then I need you to go... Come on. No? Maybe... Can I give it to me? Ooh, right there. Yes. All right. Okay, so... yes, I believe that'll work. That should work quite nicely. Again, a lot of this is like... I found the building in this game... I'll do something, but I'll change it like 3 times. Nope. If I change this one again, that's where you'll start seeing some cuts. Okay. I think that's going to be good. Now the thing is, I want to line up... So I want to have our splitters and mergers here. And the way I'm thinking of doing it is I'm probably going to have to move that. And let's just go ahead and do that now. So we want to make sure we're going to merge stuff, and it's all going to go down into there. So I'm wondering... I'm gonna have to probably shut down this part of the facility for now. But right, as long as we can get everything merged and into here, it'll go right into the workflow where we want it to. Big thing is just how are we going to do that? I believe if I do it here, maybe on this square, I can just send it down there pretty quickly and easily. No, I gotta see if this is gonna work the way I think it's going to. Yeah, we might just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and have it start there. Kind of come out of the elevator, and it'll be like right there. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Hopefully it'll all come together in a second here. All right, so this one. So the idea is we are gonna have, and again, I hope this works. So we're gonna have a splitter here, and let's make sure that's in the middle. Okay. So if we have a splitter there, our stuff, what are these? These are going to be pipes. Our pipes can come through here and go into there until it gets full. Well, so here's the other thing. Is everything going down there? Maybe we'll need to use... Yeah, we should just future-proof it now, just in case. I wonder if we go smart splitter, if that's enough. I'm trying to remember how I have it set up down there. So we'll have a center output. And then a right output. And then we'll have the merger. I'll have the merger go, but I'm gonna need. So I'm gonna need it. Right? It should go to overflow. Yeah. So I think we're gonna need the best splitters, just for the way I'm thinking of doing this here. All right. So let's get that going. Right, and then I don't know if this is gonna work or not. But if I put one there, go right there. Now here's the thing that I wish this would work a little better, because I can put it on there, and like stuff will get sent out that way, which I'm not a big fan of doing. But let's see. I guess let's see if that's gonna work. Right, so if we have, so this is where I'm running into issues already. If If I started on the left side, will that be good? So we could have stuff go left. Man, it's quite the right. So if I have it go up this way, I can have them go that way. And again, I should be able to pop my merger on to there. It'll send stuff out that way. I mean, I don't need it on that one, I know, but... And then we do... you. So you're gonna probably split. And then, yeah, I think that'll work. So you're gonna send the stuff that way. But if I put a merger on here, that should work. I hope. I know is that gonna look stupid? Yeah, see, that's not gonna work. Dang it. Oh, man. I wish the merger would go, well... Yeah, this is pretty tricky. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Let's go look downstairs. Maybe this will give me an idea of what... It works really good downstairs, but we do have a bit different of a, like, ceiling setup and all that. Right, so stuff kind of... where are we looking here? Stuff kind of comes in... The thing that's working with this one is it comes in from the left. So we've got our smart splitter. Left, center. These are all smart splitters. And what are these ones? Those are mergers. Those are like kicking it out. Yeah, so we gotta have a setup similar to that. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna figure this out. Once I find something that works, we will kind of continue building. I knew this would be the trickiest part. And maybe you're kind of thinking of what I'm thinking, and I'm just not grasping it yet. But give me a second. Let me figure this part out, and then once I have the little blueprint down for how I want to do it, we'll bring everybody back. Well, there might be an easier way to do this, but if there is, I don't know it. I'm trying to make it, like, look clean, but at the same time, I don't know, like, it's got to get the job done, which means I need an I need an overflow. So, like, when stuff gets, there's too much of it, it'll go into an overflow, but I also need it sent into the main line. So I'm thinking, I'm hoping this will get the job done. But I will show everybody what's going on in a second. Let's see. Oh, beautiful. And then... see, is that going to be even? I think it's fairly even. And this is just kind of this is going to be my bridge. So this is where I'm walking through. Yeah, I think that might be okay. And then it should, like, send it into there. So here's what's going on. And I'm probably, what I'm going to do is leave this stuff for right now. I'll probably clean that up later, because I don't think we're going to get to that part today. But what I do want to do is have a line from the machine coming into our line here. So I'll kind of just explain what's going on. So it's going to hit into this first area. This first programmable splitter is going to be, and what are we working with first here? Pipes. Yeah. So let's go into our pipes. So through the center, obviously, we're gonna have our pipes. Let me find pipes here. Steel pipe, beautiful. Okay, so we've got our steel pipes going up the middle, and then we are sending steel pipes down into the main line. I guess a way to check this. I mean, I know they're going in there, but they are, they're getting sent right there. So we could double check it just to make sure. We don't want to send something into the line that isn't supposed to be there, or that will mess everything up. So this is going to be like our main line addition. So if we go over to here, so through the center we're going to steel pipes because we want to store them, and then we also are going to do it here. This will get us into the main line. So you can see it comes through here, and I don't want to do it yet. It'll come through here, and obviously it'll go center or right. If it goes to the right, it's going to pop up into here, and then I kind of made like a little merger system with these poles. I kind of like that. So it'll get sent into there, and then this is where just everything's going to merge together to go into the main line. So I will probably be upgrading these to Mark 6 belts, but for right now, let's just do 5 because it's easier. So then that'll get sent all the way across, as we get everything going. And then the continuation of this one would be to go up to here. Now, this is going to be where we either store it, right? So we've got, again, we'll have a center output here of storing it. I know this is probably a lot, but hopefully you're able to follow along. And then the right output, so this is where we're going to sink it if we have it overflow. So if there's too much, right, like if we're all stored here, this will be kind of our safety valve. So if it goes to the right, it's going to overflow, which again, this will merge all this into here. And then what we'll end up doing is we'll have a sink. We'll have a sink over here. Which, let's see how close I can get this to the wall. Nope, probably right about there. Right, so then we'll have a sink kind of going into there. All right, so that's our steel pipes. Let's get another one set up. Once I get one more set up, I'll probably do the other couple just off camera, and then we'll come back just because we are running a little late on this. So we've got some steel beams being produced right here. So again, what we're gonna do is we'll have our splitter. That's gonna merge into this one. Let me just double check. I'm almost positive, right? Steel beams are coming down here, but if we need to, we can take a look. See, yep, there they are. So I think I'm gonna set this up anyways, and then I'll just break one of the lines if we're not gonna need it. So let's do that there, and then we will send this in there. So now we're continuing that merge of the main line, and then what we're gonna need is another one of these, which we will put right there. Okay. Now, this is where you know what, if I know everyone's probably yelling at me like right now, like, man, if you used blueprints, this is where they'd be good, which, yes. I don't know why I'm such a bum and I just haven't used them yet, but I think it's because I kind of enjoy the building. Like, if I didn't enjoy the building, I probably would use the blueprints. I'd already be using them, but I kind of like, I don't know, I kind of like the building, so it's kind of fun for me to do it. Right, so this is our sink line. So now we can get those ones set up. So again, what are we doing here? Beams, right? We've got our steel beams. So those will be coming into here. So let's do, come on, there we go, steel beams. All right, and then we're also going to add them here. Remember, this is our main line. But I feel like I wanted to do a couple of these on camera. That way everyone kind of understands where everything's going. And again, if it's inefficient, maybe it'll give you guys some ideas on how to do it better. And then we'll come up into here, and this is steel beams and overflow. Steel pipe overflow, steel beam overflow. Beautiful. And then we'll also need one of these bad boys set up over here. Let's see. Now you're going in, and it should be centered. All right, so we can do our thing here. Get that going that way. Do our, I think I might have got it. Yep. Do our thing here and get that going that way. Now, there we go. Okay, so that'll be our little storage. And then we can also put in our thing right there. I guess we can hook these up right away, huh? Okay, that there. All right, so those are hooking up. And yeah, I know it probably looks like a lot, but I think if we put all those together, I feel like that's going to be pretty cool. So I kind of want to get to that part today. And like I said, being that we're running a little late on time. How much did I have here? 2. Yeah. Okay. So we got a little bit of time yet, but I think now that we've got this set up, what I want to do before I start connecting everything and making sure it works is I want to get the rest of our items kind of in line here. So I'm just gonna keep building everything out like this. I kind of like the spacing, and then we can kind of fix the spacing over here later. So again, I know I should blueprint this, but let me fix up the last ones, and I think we said what we need 6 items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, up to 4. Why am I drawing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I might need 7. All right. Well, like I said, I'm going to knock out the rest of this part, and then I will bring everybody back once it's looking pretty good, and then we'll start connecting stuff and see how she works. Well, I got that part done. So now this was my whole thought behind this. So like when we do start, where we're really kind of finalizing stuff and we're making it look really pretty, my idea is to somehow go up this or the elevator, and then right now I have this big opening, and then I have all my stuff right here that I can, pick and choose from what I want. These kind of leave everything open up here, which I like. Is that one a little off? Let me see here. No, it's straight. Okay. For some odd reason it looked a little off to me. But yeah, so I got this big old opening here, and then, that's kind of what I was hoping for. And then we also have all of our setup out here now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tear down all the lines that go in all these, and we're gonna try to get stuff moving one thing at a time here. Which means we're gonna kind of stop everything for the time being, but it'll get going again pretty quick here again. So I like the way this all looks. Now's the time to where we are gonna try to make it really look good, and we'll see how she works. So to start, oh man, this is a pretty big adventure going on right here now. So what I'm gonna do to start is I think I'm gonna have this go up, and again I'm gonna probably use my good stuff here because this is where things are really gonna get moving. And now, I know that's not. I wish that was kind of. If I really had it planned out well, that would have been like perfectly straight. But you know what? It's gonna be fine. Okay, hold on. Let's get this moving correctly. 6. Is it there? Right. So this will come over to here. Straight. Well, maybe a little bit of a curve in there. Let me see. All I want to do is make sure that that's like even. Okay. So I think that'll get the job done. So that's our main line, right? That's our main line entry. What I'm probably going to do is I'm actually probably going to move this, which, you know what? We could probably do that now. The thing is I got to make sure I'm getting the right where it's going. Oh, man. You know what? I'm kind of afraid to move it right now. I might do that later, but you know what I mean? Like, if I move this here, then we can get this line looking perfectly straight. But I think that's okay for now. I just want to make sure I do that right, because there's a lot going on with that one. All right, so we should be kind of all connected here to the point where I should be able to start moving stuff around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off this. We're going to take this storage container, and how much crap do I have on me? I probably got a bunch of weird odds and ends now, huh? Yeah, let's do it this way, I guess. So let's go. We're gonna put all of our steel pipes in here, and yeah, I have a lot of weird crap on me. So let's just go down here quick and throw some of the stuff away that we're just kind of like, I guess, accidentally kind of picking up that I don't need. Right, like I don't need 4 of those, 4 of those, 1 of those. Right, okay, that's a little better. mostly just from building or breaking these lines. We're going to pick up little odds and ends of stiff. All right, so let's break this. And then, can I grab all that? Yep, I can. We're going to break that. Okay, we're going to break that. And now we've got steel pipes. Okay, so I can break this and this. And now that's going to go into my main line. Right, so let's break our pipeline. Oh, get rid of some of this crap. Some of that little stuff, if I miss it, I'll get rid of it later. All right, so that should be good for our steel pipeline. Now, what I want to do is... Can I... Is it going to reach all the way over there? Too long. Yeah, it figures. Let's see. If I do... Where's it going to be in line with? Like right there. Alright, so we can do... Do I have a conveyor pole? I think I just have stackable ones. So let me grab this. Right, we can make this look nice. So that's going to be in line with that. Yep. So now what we can do, we can take this. And I guess we could do it that way. But if I do it this way. Let's see. Build mode, no. Where's the ding? That's kind of weird. Can't I? Well, maybe if I go this way. I think that'll, like, force it that way. There we go. Alright, let's see if we messed this up or not. There we go. Alright, so we've got... Yep, so we got steel pipes coming into here. Beautiful. Let me fill that up quick. Excellent, excellent. Alright, so our steel pipes... Looks like we're working. Steel pipe, steel pipe. Steel pipe overflow. So when we get to overflow there, that should trigger that. Alright, step 1 in the books. Now let's get our next one done. And again, these are the beams. So let's go take some of them in there. And we've got steel beams, a whole mess of them. Take all those. Ship should be able to. Alright, let's get rid of our steel beam stuff here. Yeah, this is going to clear out this area quite a bit, which I think is going to ultimately be pretty awesome. Alright, let's go drop off those steel beams. And I think we are looking pretty good. Okay, so now we want the steel beams coming into that one, which again, I might just put another pole down. Right there, looks good. Then we can bring you out to, nope, there. And bring you all the way over to here. Where are you? Oh, yeah. Yep. I guess we'll start curving stuff. Again, so this is the part where we're gonna fix this later. Some of the kind of the flow into it to make it look a little better. But I think as long as we're getting the idea down right now. All right, so I'm seeing, so I'm seeing the beams go over. It looks like everything's making its way over to here. Yep. All right, so we know that's all connected, so that's pretty solid. And then we've got, beams and beams, beams and overflow. Beautiful. All right, next we've got black powder. All right, now this one's kind of a weird one, because this one's coming from all the way back over here. Which this is one of those where that one will probably for sure get moved. Let me grab what I can here. All right, so black powder should be going in this one. And we'll do that. Yep, and that's going to get uploaded into our dimensional depot. I'll put a dimensional depots up on everything else eventually here too. All right, so let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of our black powder line for the most part. Yeah, 'cause we got some weird things going on when we were making it work over here. Yeah, that'll go. I should leave that. Otherwise, my inventory is going to start getting weird crap in it again. That's good for now. All right, so now we need this black powder line to come over here. How are we going to do that? Again, this will be probably updated later. If I put a pole maybe like there. And then I'm going to throw another one in. I guess we could do like here again. Okay. Maybe we should do poles like that for all of them. Kind of a guide on where they're going to be going. Now, I think I'm going to need one probably here. Let's do that. All right, let's get some stuff over. Now, the thing with the black powder is I don't think we're shipping that out. All right, let me see. I think black powder is something we aren't. So, yeah, I don't think we use black powder anywhere. That's one of those things I've been kind of manually doing if I need it, because there's something, I forgot what it is. Oh, for the ammo, and we don't use a whole lot of that. So what I'm gonna do is on this black powder line, I'm gonna cut this. That way we're not sending it into the main line. So let's continue this here, and we'll be going over there. I know I'm using a Mark V, but it should be okay for the black powder. All right, so nothing's getting sent up there. Yep, and then when we have overflow, we do want that one working still, though. So once we get some overflow, that'll do the trick. All right, we got some more random crap here. Okay, let me get the last couple bits set up here. We'll take a look, see at how she looks, and then we'll probably call the episode there. Well, all right, we're up and running. I think I got this part down pretty good. I kind of like it. Everything's flowing smoothly. The couple of items you can see where I kind of broke the chain. If they're not going into the main line, we've got our protection on the overflow there. So now really what I need to do is I got to figure out if I want small pillars or big pillars up here. I'm going to finish off the glass. You know, we'll finish off kind of the wall stuff that we're doing here, but I like it. Again, we got to kind of space this out correctly, and I think that'll really clean it up a lot. But you know, for coming on up here, right? You're gonna kind of like come up one way or the other, and this is what you're gonna see. So we'll get some signs up on this. I'm gonna get the depots up on all of them, but yeah, I think it looks pretty nice. So let me know what you think. I know it's a little probably confusing right here, but I think it looks clean and it gets the job done for how our facility runs. But yeah, if you got any tips or tricks, let me know on how to clean that up. Otherwise, I think it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Let me know your thoughts. But yeah, I think we'll call this one here. And next episode, we will get on to the last part of Phase 5 and probably clean up a couple other items. So should be fun. It'll probably take me a little bit. I got a feeling it's going to be a doozy. But yeah, probably sometime next week we'll get up the next episode for Satisfactory. And if you are into Satisfactory, I think Friday I'm going to be starting a new series. And if you like Satisfactory, I think you're going to like that one. So it should be a good time. But in the meantime, check out the link for the Discord in the description. A lot of fun stuff going on over there. Otherwise, with all that being said, hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. Go out there and be a good person. It's not that hard, and I will see you on the next one.